Hello there. You're listening to Lost in Arcadia, a Void Heart Symphony game-ish from Cranimented Actual Plays. You're currently listening to episode 5. Enjoy. Oh, what the fuck? We back. Hello, and welcome to Lost in Arcadia, a Void Heart Symphony game for Cranimented Actual Plays. I almost forgot the name of this freaking show. And the season. My name is Caleb Wade. My pronouns are they, them, and I shall be your MC, or Herald, I believe, in Void Heart Symphony. I'm getting a nod from Dare. I'm getting a nod from Dare. We do have a bit of an announcement. At this time, we will be continuing with 3 players, as our lovely 4th player, Alana, is boxing with bronchitis right now. And we wish Alana the speediest of recoveries. We love you, and there will be future games if you can't make it, but it'll be okay. And just rest and recuperate. Words. Hi, we are all low energy. We're all low energy to give that good old valley to the fucking peak that was the first episode. Or rather the first recording session. So I guess that means we need to do a little bit of a recap. So boom. We miss you, Anita. We miss you. So boom. So we open on 3 illustrious students at the new Arcadia University Haven Rock campus, where some shit has gone down. One, our lovely fashion house kid Lewis was attacked by a dancing space-time reality witch named Lace, or Kirby Wayward, but they go by Lace. Our firebrand Sid managed to get an in with the dean of the school, one Helena Schleiermacher. We have a representative of Obsidian, Natalia Anton Cook, who you may remember as Talia from season 2 of this podcast. Hey, time's passed. We're getting a little timey-wimey with it. And our lovely streamer boy Xavier has met a mysterious and seemingly enticing person who can see right the fuck through him. So how do I want to do this? How do I want to reintroduce you to this cast? Because, hi, in real life, it's been a minute since we've recorded. There was also a post-credit scene in which a deep-voiced individual is just like, hey, looking at the dean going, hey, you better not fucking fail me. And the dean's like, it'll be handled. So, I guess we have to start with, hey, Sid, when's the last time you had a nightmare and what was it about?
Okay, last time I had a nightmare. I assume that's not including tonight, whatever the fuck's about to happen to me. I want
for the audience, I just shrugged.
Yeah, terrifying. I'm going to say probably the night before she moved in. Mm-hmm. I am going to say it's probably pretty. It's not an uncommon one she has, where she is like walking through the hall of somewhere, and everyone is just standing perfectly still, almost like they are lifeless, without faces, just all like avoiding looking, addressing, or even acknowledging that she exists. Every room, every spot, and she walks through this hallway. If she opens the classroom, everyone is at the exact back of the room, all in uniform lines, no faces, no noises.
This is so interesting, psychologically.
Oh, I know.
As you have this nightmare once more, as you're walking through the halls of what you would assume to be Arcadia University, Haven Rock campus, things shift. Things change. Your mind is pulled to a place that you're not familiar with. It looks like a warehouse, like a warehouse distribution center. Maybe you went on like a tour of this place because like one of your relatives worked here like a few years ago when you were like younger. But on this like base floor, you walk and you see all these like stacks of boxes that are ready to go out on like wooden pallets. You walk and there's just this, there should be like the sound. You remember that it was like so loud when you were there. It was so loud. There was buzzers. There was like what sounded like alarms. Like everything was just sort of like going off, and like the sounds of lines and sort of sometimes metallic screeching because some of the lines haven't been like oiled properly in a little bit. Like you're walking through, and it's completely silent. There's no lines. There's no people. You're just looking around and you see yourself in the middle of this huge floor where you would assume that people who gather like the like items of clothing for these orders, this is where they work. You're just looking around. You sort of like touch yourself, like pinch yourself as if like you're trying to dream. Like, oh, if I pinch myself, I'm awake, right? It'll be fine. You close your eyes, you blink, and you're still stuck here. Sid, tell me, after you introduce yourself as a player and the character that you were playing, what you look like, what the base form of who you are in the castle, what that looks like. No frills, no weapons yet.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I just need to politely remove my cat from my lap. Will not stop climbing on me. Hey, sweet baby. I love you. I love you so much. Mom's recording, okay? I need you to go hang out. You can relax. Let's sit here. She's not going to listen.
She is not going to listen.
Okay. Also, give me 1 sec. My screen is frozen, but I can still hear. So let me see if I can.
Oh, yikes!
Fix that. Yeah, I don't. This is a very particular hell I am in.
You're still coming through all right on
yeah.
My end.
Okay. Cool. So I can still at least speak for now.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. Base form of. Or, hi. Let me start with who I am. Hi, hey, and hello. My name is Dare, pronouns she, they, fae. I am a trans femme writer, game designer, and like 17 other things. And today I am playing Sid, a girl who is very normal and has a very good relationship with authority. And I am not known for lying. Don't think about those things. Sid's pronouns are she, they, by the way. Yeah, I think as she looks and realizes she is in the castle. I think the base of this outfit is very much like 70s, like birth of punk, like birth of Brit punk. So like leather, like tight, like cross punk pants with like a Union Jack right on like the left knee. And I think like a gas mask, or at least half of a gas mask, covering just like the front of her, just her mouth and like some of her nose. But I also think in the weirdness of like this having dream logic, as she talks, if she like talks or says anything, it isn't muffled. It isn't like altered in any way, shape, or form. She just sounds normal. So that is just like base normal outfit.
I love that so much. And as you're looking around trying to get like your bearings, Xavier, what was the last happy dream you had? And what was that about?
It's a loaded question. It's been a while. I think, if I remember right, it was about my family. Probably the last time that we were close. We sat at a table, had dinner together. My parents sitting at the table asking us about our day. Me and my siblings just laughing and eating.
Siblings, you said.
Yeah.
Tell me about them.
I had a shithead older brother. Too hopeful for his own good. Athletic. He'd make a hell of a athlete in whatever sport he wants to try. He's good at everything. And then I have a older sister. Scratch that. A twin sister.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what she's doing now. It's been a while. Last I checked,
What
she
are their
was going
names?
to school somewhere. Marcus and Janice.
As your eyes sort of settle on the look that your mother and father have when they're sort of like conspiratorial, but in like the warmest sense, like you're all laughing or all like having a good time, even with these feelings about your siblings that you have. You blink. You open your eyes, and at the other end of the table that you're at, there are none of your family members, but there is Ariadne. They're sort of like twirling a fork, like looking at like the nothing on their plate. And they're going, well, this is interesting.
How are you here?
It's your head.
Exactly.
Why am I here?
Are you really here?
Do you want me to be?
I'm of two minds to that.
Then, and Ariadne sort of like looks around as like the camera is still focused on them, like emulating Xavier's perspective. I think you better choose one then. And they sort of like gesture behind you. Do you look?
I do. Yeah.
As you turn around, you're in the same massive picking floor that Sid is. Please introduce yourself as a player, who you are playing, and the base form of what you look like in the castle, please.
Hello, everybody. I'm Xdel, aka Adextro the King on all the socials. Pronouns he, him. Playing Xavier King. Also he, him. And let's see, we're going just a very base form, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I imagine he's slightly taller than he would be usually, instead of his normal 6 foot. He's probably about 6'5". And there's this really long like coat on him that is blue and scaly. Nothing underneath. He's shirtless underneath, and with these also really dark pants that are almost leathery. Maybe they're not. Who knows? And on each of his hands, there looks to be elongated fingernails and slitted. His eyes are slitted like some type of reptile.
Before you and Sid can even have a chance to speak, Lewis, what do you dream about now?
Dream about my father. I don't dream about him often, but when I do, it's prominent. The last time I saw him was the day that he took off. My mother said that she did a disappearing spell. She cursed him. I don't know what that means. Never checked, but she called herself Houdini because he was gone. So I dream of him.
Do you put a lot of stock in witches?
I don't know if they're witches, but there's something out there. I just try not to think about it. It's always in the corner of my eye, though.
So, what do you try to think about?
It's narcissistic, maybe. But I think about myself on stage. Um, Old style. World War One or Two, French style, red Moulin Rouge curtains. Um, the curtains about to rise. I'm just putting on the foundation for some reason. I got to look good on stage, and they don't need to see all the scars and stuff. This is about me, not about it. So I go on stage, and I'm getting applause. That's all I want to think about.
As you take your grateful bow, eyes closed and arms wide open as roses are tossed on stage, this is your moment, this is your spotlight. The cacophony of clapping slows to one that just slowly do you open your eyes?
Of course.
As you open your eyes, the light is a bit too bright. You can't see their face, but you see a very tall, very built man in a pristine white and gold suit. Their hands are covered in gold rings, rings that seem familiar to you. And as you sort of squint and you try your best to make it out, please introduce yourself as a player and a character. And tell me about the base form of your outfit in the castle.
Hello, I'm Crow, it. I'm playing the role of Louis, or Louis, depending on how you feel.
Depends on your tax bracket.
That as well. Um, Also, what hood you rep. But that's not
Hey.
important. Um, his base form is. It looks something like a matador almost, but not really. It has the up top suspenders that's more like a harness. The pants are tightly fit. He looks like he just got out of doing a production of some sort of play, or it could be reality. You don't know, but there's a lot of belts. Um, but in his hand is a pair of fans that he holds onto as he's looking around.
And so you are all on this picking floor of this large warehouse distribution center. There is an upstairs, but you are three students who do not know each other, yet called to the same place. Welcome to Lost in Arcadia. What do you do?
question. Do I see the two of them?
Oh, you are all in like the same group of people. Sid blinked in first, and then after a few seconds, Xavier, and then after a few seconds, Lewis.
Well,
What is this?
I was going to ask you both the same thing. Although I'm liking the looks. Um, I'm liking the reptile chic and also, ooh, punk. I have not seen that in a while.
Thanks. We can compare outfits later. Do you know where the fuck we are?
Ha, I wish I could tell you, but unless I was invited to a warehouse party at the last minute and I'm performing, I don't know.
Performing. Okay. I'll look around. Are we sitting or standing? We're just standing here.
You're standing. You're standing. There are no chairs.
I'll just look around at the space while the two of them are talking.
Mm. I won't make this a roll. You look around. There's like these sort of like big cardboard like receptacles that have like a flap that's sort of like bend down. Then they're like all on like plastic pallets. Like you're in the middle of like two rows of these that are filled with like garments that should make sense but don't. Like when it comes to like color or material, it's like whatever that these actually are in reality, they're twisted here. And as you're looking around, you sort of like turn, you see like this huge sort of like metal conveyor belt that goes from upstairs and sort of like twists down into like a receptacle where a person would then put it onto a conveyor belt that is sorted into like several like of these big like packing things. um you also see like several like rows of like these racks that are like angled down, filled with garments. You would assume some spots are empty like near like the middle and bottom, but they do have garments. And on like the very most top row, the ones like angled towards you are full of empty boxes. This floor is bigger than it seems. You're just in a part of it. Hi, for the audience, I work in a warehouse distribution center.
This place seems weird. How did you two get here?
Good question. I was going to ask you. I was having the most lovely dream, and then all of a sudden, I am here.
Huh.
You sort of see Sid like take a few steps forward before lights start going out like across the rows. These sort of like kind of like painful, like very bright LED lights sort of like start winking out. And they sort of like wink like out like you see Sid sort of like what? And like the lights blink and you don't see them after they turn back on, leaving the two of you.
Okay. All right. This is weird. This is a whole weird situation. You don't know how we got here? Dream. I was having a dream too.
Sid, you blink, and as the lights return to you, because they were sort of blinking out as they approached you, you are in another part of the distribution center. You are upstairs, where you see like this sort of like supervisor's desk, and to like your left, you see these rows of like the big like box area things that hold like tons of garments, like just these rows of them, like seemingly like spanning to like nowhere. But you know this has to end, right? This place is only so big. And you, Sid, you hear a scream.
Yeah, I'm gonna go try to follow that wherever that's at.
Are you running? Are you walking? How fast are you
I have
going?
no idea if
Might
people
I
can hear
ask?
me.
Ooh,
Can anyone hear me right now?
Yeah.
yes, but you are breaking up here and there. Your video is pausing.
Okay, cool. Looks like it's starting to move a little bit more stable. I think it just like hopped back into full gear after like restarting.
Mm.
So it
Okay.
was just like, whoa, 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 give me a second. So
Jeez, we just got
things are now
back.
stable. I heard you say I heard a scream. I got moved.
Okay, so you hear a scream and you start moving.
Yeah,
Like
Jesus.
how fast are you going? Are you sprinting? Are you walking? Like how much of this is a priority for you, Sid?
Um, I think it is like I am speed walking. I think like I am still in a place I just got. I'm like kind of blinking out. I am trying to make sure I like don't lose my bearing because of where I'm at running. So if I have to like find my way or turn around, that I still have a degree of my wits about me.
Fantastic. As you start speed walking to wherever this scream
So
was.
is there anything I would have to roll for that or
Ooh, ooh. How can I? Let's see. Xavier, could you roll plus coins for me,
Ooh.
real quick?
Alrighty. All right, remind me again how I do this. It's 2 dice, right?
It is 2d6 plus your coins in the castle.
Lovely. Let me. Hold on 1 second. All right.
No worries. If you need to like settle your stats for the castle, like
Yeah. How do I figure out my coins? How do I figure that out?
okay, so I have seen this done. You are the icon, right?
Yes.
So when it comes to this, I believe it's the same as Monster Hearts, where it's like two,
Oh, got it.
one,
Yeah, you add the. Sorry,
like,
I did
like
not see
yeah,
this
I
part
believe.
here. Yeah. Okay. Add a plus one
No
to
worries.
this. Okay. Cool. We're gonna put that as a 0.
Okay,
That'll be a fun time. So that's 8. Roll a 6 and a 2.
ask me one question. It does not have to be the one for C clear. Just ask me a question.
How do I get to safety?
Ooh, okay. As you're looking around, you see like certain offices on the floor that might contain like a bit of a respite or maybe something that you can use to help yourself out. But you're not under threat right now, but that's a good thing to keep in mind.
Got it.
You are standing like right in front of one of those offices.
Lovely.
And if you sort of like look to the side, there seems to be like sort of like addition where there's where it looks like a wellness room.
Mm.
It's not too far. It seems like maybe a 2-minute walk.
All right. I'm gonna. Actually, I don't think Xavier would say anything to the other person that's here. I think Xavier just starts walking. I just start walking over there.
Okay. Louis, you see this person who you just complimented on on his suit. Just start walking away. What do you do?
Kind of look around for a bit and just be like, well, don't have any other direction. I will follow you, but the moment I hear a scream, I'm running.
If you're looking around, do you want to do a roll about it?
Yeah.
Roll plus coins, please.
Plus coins, okay. I have a 7 plus 1, so that'd be an 8.
Okay, that is a mixed success. Ask me a question. One question.
Let me see. I know. Uh, where's a map so I can find out where we actually are?
Where's a map? To find a map, you'd have to go in the opposite direction that this other guy is going. It might be in one of the offices. Maybe.
But that's how you get murdered, so I'm just gonna follow down behind that big strong man over there.
As you follow, you do not hear a scream. But speaking back to who does, Sid, as you're speed walking to where you heard this scream, you see you see a faceless being dressed in like jeans and like a t-shirt, like, and just sort of like walking shoes as if like they work here. Their ankle looks really twisted, and as they're struggling to get up, you see this man that you've never ever seen, honestly, who's sort of like standing over them and going, well, I don't know how you're going to make great with that injury. I suggest you get up and keep going. The faceless being doesn't respond, but it's clear that they are trying, but they can't.
And what does the one who is talking look like?
He looks like 5'8", sort of like this sort of like older. You know what? I know exactly how to describe them. Um, this older, like kind of like 40-year-old man who kind of looks like Matthew Lillard if he didn't get a shot in Hollywood.
Ah, okay, a guy you see at the gas station. Cool. Um,
Yeah, with like prematurely graying hair that's also sort of thinning, and like this sort of like polo, and this sort of like name tag that is slightly unreadable, but it's shinier and better than the name tag that than like the badge on the armband that this formless person, this worker, like on the ground has.
okay. Yeah. And I can just see all of that happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. I Sorry, my cat just smooth flew in and knocked my uh just knocked my uh cooler, like my fan just smooth off my desk. It's fine. She's on one right now. Um
I'm the only cool thing you need in your
who
life.
truly was on demon time for 2 seconds. Anyway, yeah, I think seeing that she like looks like I still don't know if I'm in a dream or not, but that still feels like a dick move to do. Don't don't talk to this person like that. And like I think while walking, like almost in the middle, just offers a hand off to the side. So like if the figure wants to like take it and help like stand up, like
The figure looks confused as if you're breaking the routine. As if like it's like as if you you're not supposed to have lines in this play. And the person, like the supervisor, looks at you and goes, "You're not supposed to be here."
No, I also think that. However, unless you can give me answers, I don't know where I'm going. So, do you wanna talk about this, or are you gonna keep being vague and kind of an asshole?
Well, that's rude of you to say. And like he kind of like raises like the like heel of a foot and like sort of like stamps down, and suddenly all of these workers that were not there at all, like, you sort of look around, you see like all these workers sort of like materialize in place, like picking garments, filling like carts with boxes on them. They all stop, go rigid as if they're standing at attention, and then unnaturally turn their heads to you, even if it looks like they should be breaking their necks to do so.
Ah, shit.
See to it that this order gets completed. The supervisor sort of like waves a hand as the workers sort of like slowly start walking towards you, before some of the farthest ones start to break off into a sprint towards you.
Oh god. Okay, cool.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Lost in Arcadia, a Void Heart Symphony game, ish, for Crane-demented actual plays. The first 10 episodes were recorded in Wave Room, with future episodes recorded in Riverside.fm and edited in Audacity. Music and sound effects are from Epidemic Sound. This podcast is produced, edited, and emceed by Caleb Wade. Hey, that's me. Our 4th season performers are Dare Hickman as Sydney Toussaint, Extel as Marcus King, Crow as Lewis Jones, and from episode 11 onwards, Anita as Jackie Evelyn Carter. Links to where you can find everyone will be in the description below. If you enjoyed this podcast, please consider leaving a rating and review in your podcatcher of choice. Also, tell your friends about us. It's a wild time here in Haven Rock, and isn't it fun to be known? We will return in 2 weeks with another episode. Take care of yourselves and know that you are loved.